Hello again, friends, and welcome back to Triangle Strategy. Real quick before you maximize your tab away, if you can drop a like in the video, I would appreciate it so much. We are in the process currently of deciding whether or not we want to surrender Prince Roland to avoid conflict with the Frosty army. We are getting ready to do the persuasion portion for the skills of conviction. I am still not entirely sure where we're going to go with this. I know we're supposed to be persuading others, but I'm hoping someone can persuade me. Our kingdom needs Prince Roland, now more than ever. He is to be protected above all others. There's literally one item for me to click here. Surrendering Roland is the only way. I'd have better luck talking to a stone wall. Surrendering Glenbrook's future king is to our hated foe? Surely you'll not go along with this. Resisting the duchy now would spell the end of us all, and we do not know for sure that they will kill him once he is theirs.
But...
what future does our kingdom have without its prince? None, I would venture. There's no hope in your words, only a moonless night from which Glenbrook shall never emerge.
then...
I ask you again, my lord. Do you truly mean to surrender Prince Roland to our oppressors? I see no other choice, Hewitt.
good point.
So you ask us to swallow our pride and surrender the prince, in hopes of forestalling our own demise. I suppose this is the sort of cold rationalization that being the lord of a high house demands.
I don't know what to do.
There are no good options. Alas, I must make my peace with one of them. Hewitt is deep in thought. Oh man, where is... okay, Prince Roland, he is on the side of surrendering. I want to hear his thoughts.
Serenoa.
There must be a way to avoid weighing my life against those of others. I trust we can find it. Decide what you will. I shall follow whatever judgment you pass. We must protect you at all costs. No, I don't know. I don't know. I think I really want to try surrendering him. And I want somebody to convince me that it is the correct decision. Where is Frederica? We're changing your mind. Peace built by forsaking our friends and countrymen in their time of greatest need is no peace at all. I know what I ask is not easy, but I pray we find a bloodless path out of this conflict. Do you truly mean to give up Prince Roland? I will not see Sir Maxwell's sacrifice rendered meaningless. Didn't he sacrifice himself to protect Roland, though? Aren't we... oh, man.
Is that so?
Which is all the more... yeah, Frederica's got it. Which is all the more reason to protect Prince Roland. I can scarcely believe he would approve of trading his beloved disciple's life for our own. This time I fear not even your words can sway me.
I need a moment to think.
My apologies, but this has only left me more uncertain of what's right. So maybe, maybe the options that we're unlocking are not always the most resonating. I was operating under the assumption that that was the case, but I don't think that is actually the case.
Here's what I think.
We've been loyal to the crown for years, lad. You understand what they're asking for is treasonous, don't you? He's the king's own flesh and blood. We should be protecting him, not offering him up on a silver platter. Is this what you call justice now? Willingly giving up your prince, your closest friend, to that bastard's clutches? This is Roland's will, Erador. Who am I to defy him?
Aye, but...
And you take him at his word. You know as well as I do this ain't what he wants. He feels he's got no other choice than to say that. And clearly so do you.
And further.
All I know for certain is, Glenbrook will be but a memory if we give up Prince Roland. What do you think will become of House Wolffort then? How do you mean to repay the debt we owe our king? What debt? The king is dead. This has nothing to do with any debt. I make this decision as Lord of House Wolffort, and I take responsibility for its outcome. Look, if I were 100% convinced that they were going to kill Roland, I wouldn't even consider making this choice just for giggles, right? But the thought that they're going to keep him alive as a bargaining chip or as a headpiece, a talking head, whatever. That actually really sells me on giving him up and potentially giving us the potential to take him back, you know. But yeah, we'll do this bottom one. This has nothing to do with any debt. I make this decision as Louse of House Wolffort, and I take responsibility for its outcome. Spoken like a true lord of the house. I have naught to say to that. I've grown into a fine young man in the blink of an eye, lad. Do you hear the duchy, Erador? That they may destroy the domain as we know it.
Consider this.
Of course I do, but we have to face them down. There's nowhere to run. So you believe we can defeat Avlora?
Hadn't considered that.
That's what keeps you up at night? Of course we can, lad. I reckon she's the least of our worries. I don't care if she got the better of Maxwell. She's no match for the likes of us. I appreciate the talk, lad. Helps to know where your head is leading you.
And further.
There's time yet. Go on, see what the others have to say. Oh no. Anna, you're our last hope.
Lord Serenoa.
Will you surrender the prince or not? Will you choose House Wolffort or the whole kingdom? It is a question of our priorities. What matters most to us? Surrendering Roland is the only way. What troubles you most, my lord? That time grows short. Honestly, like... So, they did not kill the people of Glenbrook. They didn't. Like, everyone's safe. Everyone has a not particularly terrible view of the Frosty soldiers. Mentioned in the previous episode. Which leads me to believe that even if they did assault us in our hometown, in our little house Wolffort here, that they would not kill the citizens. So I don't think this bottom one is correct. I think the citizens would be safe either way. I see. You wish to protect Prince Roland, but have no vision for how to do so.
Perhaps.
Even if we deliver Prince Roland and avoid war for the moment, you will want time to strategize. Thus, the only choice is to surrender Prince Roland.
But?
Is that a choice you can live with? Did Sir Maxwell give his life to protect the kingdom, or did he give his life to protect Roland? Because I feel like it's the latter. However, down at the bottom here, Roland seems dead set. Kind of, not really so much in this portion, in the negotiations. But in the previous episode, he did seem pretty dead set on giving himself up. So I think this bottom one's where we're gonna go. Roland will castigate himself for any harm that befalls the people.
In that case,
Yes, I'm certain he would strive to contain a war with the duchy. Shield the people from further harm. But war is never tidy. All we can do is work to ensure he has little to blame himself for, come what may. I appreciate your candor. Alright. I think that's everybody. Roland, are you good?
Serenoa.
Everybody good? Here, I want to talk to you, guardman. Headed to town? No. Alright, we're commencing the vote. Let's see if we persuaded anybody.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we surrender Prince Roland, or do we protect him from those who would do him harm? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea that this was going to be taken seriously. When we were given... I really thought it was just for exposition. And they're like, oh, they made us an offer that they would leave the city alone if we surrender Prince Roland. I thought this was going to be typical RPG where we're like, oh, we'll never surrender a friend. But here we are, trying our hardest to throw this man straight to Avlora. Cast your vote, Roland. Throwing himself away. Throwing Roland away. What do you got for
I am
Riga?
so sorry.
I cannot bring myself to see this your way. Forgive me. I mean, I kind of agree with you, but we're here for the memes, alright?
I agree.
My vote, if it pleases you. I have no idea which way she's voting.
I cannot be swayed.
As long as I draw breath, they shall never have Prince Roland. Did I change your mind, Erador?
Forgive me, lad.
Forgive me. Thought long and hard about it, but my mind's made up. I don't think I persuaded anyone. Maybe Anna.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
I don't know what that answer is. We are surrendering the prince.
The way forward is decided.
Thank you, Anna.
Surrendering Prince Roland is the only way we can survive.
So be it.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. If this wasn't going on YouTube, Roland would 100% be staying in my party right now.
The decision is made. This is the path we walk.
This is the path that Roland walks straight out the door. Get out of here.
Was there truly no other way?
Don't let that door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Roland. Say no more. Thank you for sheltering me, my friend.
Thank you for sheltering me. Get out.
The choice you have made is wise and just. Go forward with your heads high.
Roland has left your party. One less person on the bench. Look at that. That's called spring cleaning. A soul upon the scales. Completed. We did it. We did it. We gave him a reason to be emo. Damn, chapter 7. Oh, part 1. There's more. Probably should have saved right before that.
House Wolffort surrenders their charge, Prince Roland. at Gustadolf's behest, sparing themselves from the Duchy's wrath. House Telior surrenders their land, also buying their reprieve. Lord Silvio bends the knee, declaring absolute devotion to their Frosty masters.
I really want to trash talk Telior right now, but we just gave up the prince, so... Oh man, this is gonna... I'm not gonna sleep all the night.
House Falkes surrenders nothing. The last of the high houses to remain loyal to their fallen king. News of their countrymen's capitulations shocks Lord Landroy, leaving him with a grave choice to make.
Oh, I hope Landroy doesn't find out what we did. I know this is a video game, but this really hurts me. Chapter 7, Part 2. Fate in Flames.
I've brought the prince, Your Grace.
Gustadolf, you traitorous bastard! You'll pay for what you've done to my family! Mark my words! Ah!
Easy there, Avlora. We need him alive, after all.
I am sworn to do all in my power to keep you from harm, Your Grace.
The boy is overcome with emotion, and who could blame him? Perhaps this will quell his rage a bit.
Cordelia. Nailed it.
Cordelia!
Brother! Let him go.
Indulge her, Avlora.
Oh, brother! Thank the heavens you're safe.
For now.
They didn't hurt you, did they?
I'm fine. I thought I'd never see you again.
They did hurt me. Avlora punched me in the tum-tum.
Let us speak after. Surely the Archduke will afford us that small mercy.
Yes. Later, then.
Prince Roland, you are well aware of the position Glenbrook finds itself in, yes? Your kingdom is ours. House Telior and House Wolffort have both bent the knee.
House Wolf... We didn't really bend the knee, alright?
Among the three high houses, only House Falkes still proves recalcitrant.
You mean for me to convince Lord Landroy to submit?
Oh, nothing so tedious as that. I want you to order his death.
Jesus Christ. Gustadolf?
I'm certain House Wolffort would be more than happy to oblige.
I don't know about that.
You're mad! I won't be a mouthpiece to your cruelty.
I know you've only just come into your responsibility, so allow me to offer a word of advice. A prince's first thought should ever be of his people.
What are you saying?
Landroy will not stand idly by for long. When he acts, and act he will, this land will once again be consumed by the fires of war. It is your duty as prince to quench that fire while it is yet kindling, lest you rule over a kingdom of corpses when all is done. You see that I am right, Your Highness. Give the order.
What have I done? What have I done? Oh no. There's side stories? There are. Multiple. You also have a character story. Oh, that guy did. I'm not sure I even want him. Alright, let's do side stories first. Oh, hey, look at that. Thank you, Pokemon Arceus. Side story. Whatever Erica and Thalos are scheming, it can only bode more ill for the kingdom of Glenbrook. Do I interrupt this weird audio track? The hell is going on?
Falkes, enjoying yourself, are you?
Oh, okay.
I do wish you'd learn to temper your vices, brother.
And I wish you'd learn to live a little, sister. Well then, what is it?
We leave for the Falkes domain at once.
I thought those Wolffort dogs were to do the deed. Why must we go?
You really must use your head more often. The one atop your shoulders, that is.
Oh, got him.
When have you ever known a dog to be obedient without some good measure of discipline?
Indeed. Very well then, dear sister. I shall be ready anon.
Do we get to beat up the blue twins? I'm on board. If that's the case. Do we really? Okay, that's part of the main story. Okay. We'll find out what's gonna happen in a minute here. Word of House Wolfforts and House Telior's surrender reaches Lord Landroy. Oh no. Oh, I don't want him to find out.
Twould seem the rumors were true, my lord. House Wolffort has delivered Prince Roland into Esfrost's clutches. And House Telior... My lord, they too have... My lord?
My good man, when you look at this painting, what do you feel?
It is our home. As beautiful and verdant in reality as it is depicted by a master's brush.
Indeed. It is a treasure, our land. Its safekeeping entrusted to us by His Majesty King Regna. May his soul rest in peace. An honor without equal. A duty worth fulfilling. At all and any cost. A duty I will not shirk from. Now or ever.
Good man, Landry. All right, let's get this Esfrosty merchant. An Esfrosty merchant attempts to charm the locals into buying his wares. Wonder if he's like a thief. Wonder if we get to steal from people with him.
How fortunate this humble merchant is to look upon such beauty.
He has a good voice actor though.
Nothing would do Lionel greater honor than to see his powders and perfumes adorn your divine visages. Such honor, in fact, that he is willing to part with them for practically nothing at all.
We haven't even coined for salt, let alone vanity.
We will trade you your shirt for this perfume.
Mines are not but your ledgers. You peddlers disgust me.
Maybe they want perfume.
Well met, brave protectors of the realm. Lionel has brought everything a hero needs and more. Every item has undergone meticulous testing to ensure that they will serve you well on the battlefield.
Out of our way, junkmonger. We've important duties to attend to.
How rude. Where are the smiles and open coin purses the people used to greet Lionel with? Oh, perhaps Lionel should take his goods elsewhere. War has made this place disagreeable. However...
He could stop referring to himself in the third person.
It is the perfect opportunity for the shrewd trader to amass his fortune. And Lionel is shrewd, if nothing else.
My lord, that merchant who peddles his wares in our encampment has requested an audience.
I heard you sold Prince Roland. Very, very impressive as a merchant.
Yes. Let him come forth.
You do Lionel a great honor, my lord. A great honor. That he can count House Wolffort among his loyal patrons has ever been a source of pride.
Yes, right. What brings you before me today?
As my lord is doubtless already aware, war places a heavy burden on the treasury. A burden that only grows heavier as time drags on. However, a skilled negotiator can see his coffers even fuller at war's end than they were at its beginning. If he may be so bold, Lionel would offer his services in that very capacity. He understands your precarious position, trapped between two ravenous wolves. In such times, one can never have enough coin and resources to stave off what may come. Surely you agree?
Your words have merit, and you have always been honest in your dealings with my house. I see no reason not to welcome you into our ranks.
Splendid! You are as wise as they say. Wiser, even.
Careful with that flattery, though, bud.
Lionel shall not disappoint. Just the opposite, in fact. From this day until his very last, he shall stake his honor on the prosperity of your house. And if his own coin purse should grow fat in the process, who could blame him?
Oh, salesman, am I right? Oh, Lionel's aptitudes in battle. Trifles with foes using his elite eloquence. Can infuriate foes or tempt them into defecting. Really? Collects an extra bit of coin along with spoils. So we can just have him run around picking up spoils for battles? I don't know. Like, if we have a battle that we don't think is going to be that hard, maybe we can bring him along. Alright, we have main story. A missive arrives from Whiteholm Castle to the fallen House Wolffort. The message it bears, unlike to be a happy one. Hey, we're gonna want you to kill Landroy. I give you Roland, and this is how you repay me?
Invade the Falkes domain!
Such was the edict delivered to us by the Frosty messenger.
Ludicrous. They would have the high houses turn on one another? We should be treating with house faults, not stabbing them in the back.
Doubtless the Archduke has little regard for honor between houses. He views the Falkes land as a fruit ripe for plucking.
One which they would pluck for themselves. Or have us pluck for them, rather.
The decree was signed in Prince Roland's own hand.
Lies! His hand was forced.
Obviously it was forced.
Indeed, by my brother. And if we disobey, the Archduke would have good reason to make an example of us.
Gustadolf wins either way. We're trapped.
And yet, no trap is infallible, my lord. There must be a way to avoid the civil war the Archduke is intent on causing.
Aye, and I reckon Lord Landroy's of the same mind. He's the last man who wants to see countrymen slaughtering each other.
Agreed, but we must tread carefully.
If indeed it is the land itself that Gustadolf desires, perhaps an exchange can be arranged.
An exchange of what? Territory?
Just so. House Tellior negotiated similar terms. Far from ideal, to be certain, but preferable to the alternative. Whether Lord Landroy will be amenable to such terms, however, is another matter entirely.
There was that side story just now of how much they loved, how much they relished their lands. So I don't think that's going to be a term.
Still, it is our best chance. Let us treat with Lord Landroy. In the meantime, Esfrost must believe that we are playing along. Advance our forces to the Falkes domain.
Yes, my lord.
Oh. We have this one side story in the Wolffort Streets. After ensuring its own survival by relinquishing Prince Roland, House Wolffort is visited by an unexpected guest. Who this time?
My lord, are you off to battle again?
Aye, by the royal family's decree. And I have need of able-bodied men.
Return victorious, my lord.
Worry not. We shall.
Why, if it isn't the young Lord Wolffort?
Really? What is Patriatte doing here?
Minister Patriatte, I had not heard that you were paying a visit to our domain.
Ah, Lord Wolffort, pray do not concern yourself on my account. My work here is all but done, and it is time I was on my way. I must commend you, my lord, for keeping order and harmony in your domain despite the rather unfortunate recent events. Most admirable indeed. At the end of the day, our duty is to the throne, not to the man who sits in it. In times of uncertainty, we must value order above all else. I would encourage you to remember that.
God, I don't like him either.
I can see the merit in that. Thank you for your wisdom.
He did well, and I have no doubt many years of prosperity await you and yours under his frosty rule. By your leave, my lord.
This game does do a pretty good job of making relatively insufferable villains. Thalos and Erica are kind of difficult to stand. Patriatte is super difficult to stand. Oh, alright. A bird arrives, bearing grim news for Lord Landroy. The Wolfforts have bent the knee to Esfrost. House Falkes alone stands loyal to Glenbrook's fallen king.
What news from House Wolffort, my lord?
The Archduke has ordered them to march on our domain in Prince Roland's name. A clever ploy, if true. No matter the outcome, Esfrost profits. However, House Wolffort claims to have no intention of blindly following these orders. They seek to parley, that we might together find a way to prevent the fall of the three high houses.
How will you respond, my lord?
With blood.
How indeed. The Wolfforts handed over His Highness to save their own hides, hardly an act that warrants our trust. That said, their desire to avoid bloodshed is no doubt sincere, if only to bide time to lick their wounds. And somehow, I suspect there may be more to this stratagem of theirs.
My lord, then you...
I shall grant them audience. Pen the reply.
At once, my lord.
Prince Roland has passed his decree. The complete decimation of House Falkes is the order of the day. A chilling command, which would see one of Glenbrook's 3 high houses reduced to bloody rubble. Though penned in the prince's hand, the order was not his own. Forcing his hand was Archduke Gustadolf, a specter over his shoulders until the ink had dried. House Wolffort is given the command to uproot their erstwhile countrymen, and with heavy hearts, they march. However, the young Serenoa bears hope. Hope that bloodshed can be stopped. Hope that Lord Landroy can be convinced to see reason. Hope that the day is not far off when the realm will know peace again.
Oh boy. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to read a couple of notes that we have been neglecting. Marvels of Norzelia, Volume 11. The Ministry of Medicine is an impressive institution in the pursuit of life and magic situated in the Byzantine capital. Here, pioneers in the fields of magic, medicine, and healing use advanced research and experimentation to investigate the mysteries of life itself. They use their findings to benefit believers, healing grievous wounds and curing hitherto incurable diseases for countless patients, and increasing the population's overall health and life expectancy. They believe their research to be part of the goddess's divine blessings. A ministry researcher I happened to meet told me, there is no miracle panacea in this world, but we like to think nothing is impossible. Whether her boundless optimism was due to her faith in the goddess or in her own ability, that was not something I, neither a researcher nor a believer, was fit to judge. Commemoration ceremony program. When would this be? Oh, this is the day of the tourney. Opening remarks. Remarks from each nation, being the holy state of Byzant, Thalys, Prime Minister Thalys from Esfrost, and Serenoa from Glenbrook, representative of the 3 high houses. I'm actually in the middle also of playing 3 houses right now, and every time they mention the 3 high houses, I think I misread something. Next up is the host remarks, being King Regna, who is no longer with us. And then merriment, and then attorney, and the award ceremony, and closing remarks. And then, of course, we immediately decided to go to Esfrost, where apparently absolutely nothing was accomplished because I thought it went somewhat well. And then they proceeded to come invade our lands. So, you know, that's where we're at. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me in this again today. I am very curious to see how this is going to pan out between us and Landroy. If we actually have to fight the other high houses, I'm going to be very upset that we gave up King Roland. Anyways, thanks again, you guys. Hope to see you again soon. Take care.